Yippee dippee doodah. Hello there. Uh, Hi Connie. It's nice to see you in chat. I took a little longer this time. I had to prepare stuff and set up some OBS stuff. Uh, yeah. Hi. Today is yapping about anime today's anime day, and I think you can also already see one anime that, you know, you have an unhealthy attachment to, like I do. Yes, I knew you'd see them. They're among one of the first ones as well. That is, the funniest thing ever. I didn't think they'd be so far up already. I have 100 animes ready to go, as you can see. So, yeah. Yeah, yesterday was 94 that I picked out, but then I decided, okay, why do I have to make it, only 94 when I could do 100? And I know more animes than, I've listed here. But these are just some that I could remember the story that I can't actually talk about without, stepping on someone's toes. Because if I don't have a recollection of an anime, I don't really think I should, talk about it, mostly due to the fact that, you know, yes, you see Haikyuu. You probably see a few others. One more that you should know. Or a few more that you actually should know. Yes, yes. Nice. Okay. So, overall, I am also going to put up the list for the names. Mostly because, remembering names is also a very big thing. And I am not, the name rememberer or something. Even though I have a pretty good memory, some of them I only know the Japanese title, of some of them I only know the English title. Some of them I didn't really get the right key visuals. I only got the either the manga volume 1 cover or the light novel cover, so some of them may look a little odd. But yeah, that is basically all I have to say. If the background if the background if you want any background noise, I should technically have OBS set up to run VOD Trek 2, so I could put on some Spotify tracks if people want to. Just need to adjust the loudness, volume. That's the word. Whew. So yeah, I could probably do that as well. Even then, one stream with background music is probably not gonna hurt me. Even if I set up something wrong, but I'm pretty sure I read double and triple and made sure to, know everything. Yeah. So we start off with the first one. I'm going, in down the tier list. No, it wouldn't break stream. It would just be, a DMCA strike if I set up everything wrong. But I'm pretty sure I technically set up everything correct. I double and triple check, but I can fill the quiet with yapping. Or I could probably also get some copyright free music if I looked for it on Spotify. Okay. So the first one, it's whoops. And it disappeared. Where is it? Did I? Oh, I put it down there. Yippee. Okay, I already fucked up. I could put that here. One moment. Let me. Is it this one? Is it the correct one? Is it too loud? Is it too quiet? Do I need to adjust the volume? A bit too loud. Okay, I can turn it down. Does this sound better? Or is it still too loud? Okay, so if this is fine, perfect. Alright, I already fucked up, which means I do not click on them and then, you know, drop them back. I just take them and put them straight into the tier list before they go down to the bottom and I can't get them up anymore. Okay, so first up, the boys. They are going straight to love them. Windbreaker is an anime I didn't think I would get into, honestly, when I first watched it. I saw that people liked it. I saw a little bit on my Twitter feed, and I was curious enough and bored enough to try new anime. And I looked at it because, you know, the title Windbreaker just it kind of did not sound very appealing at first. It kind of did not sound very appealing. And I just decided to, you know, I've seen things. It looks beautiful enough. And I decided to give it a chance. It's the fighter anime, where the boys are fighting, and the main character, Sakura, he already stood out to me from the very beginning, mostly because, you know, the very first episode already goes into his kind of issues, his trauma even. It goes a little bit into it, and I love character exploration, and he was a compelling character from the very, very start to me. And I watched the first episode, I was happy about it. I watched the second episode, I was even happier, and I just couldn't stop. And recently I showed it to Connie, and yeah, she just decided to take it over as well. It took over her life. And I'm also up to date with the manga as well, so I'm loving it. I'm very obsessed with it, so definitely give it a watch if you like fighting animes, but also character exploration and, you know, dynamics, and the animations are also very beautiful. Cloverworks is honest to God doing God's work out here. I'm not religious, but man, I love Windbreaker. I love the boys. Connie and I call them our boys. They're, you know, our boys. We love them. We look at them and we're just like, okay, yeah, no, we would adopt them. They're adopted all. So yeah, that's Windbreaker. It's definitely I love it so much. I will yap about it until Kingdom Come, and I will ask people to watch it, and I will bring it up if people are inclined for more, you know, animes that go for the typical boys demographic, more or less, so shonen anime. I don't think there is much else I could say about Windbreaker without, you know, going into spoiler territory or talking too much or just straight up gushing way too much about how good of a character Sakura is to me and how compelling he is as a character. That's why, you know, Windbreaker, amazing. Love it. The next one that I can see here is World Trigger. It didn't hit the same for me. Hey Gil, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. So yeah, this one is World Trigger. I read the anime before. I read the anime, yeah. Okay, no, I read the manga before I even got into the anime. The anime came way, way later. And The concept is interesting. It's about aliens invading Earth, and there is a special defense force, and you need to have an aptitude. It's like, it's still very interesting, though, because there is also a kind of brutality in there. And the main character, I don't really remember both their names, but the white-haired guy is, acting sus, also kind of alien, like he doesn't really know much about human customs. It's definitely an interesting concept, but it's slow. It's very slow. Yeah, no, it definitely wasn't a bad series, but it's very slow and not very memorable. I remember more of the manga than I do of the anime, to be fair. And also, I'm doing well, thank you for asking. I was in the middle of yapping, I'm sorry. But yeah, overall, it wasn't too memorable. That's why I put it in the if you're bored tier list, because you are definitely going to have a good time if you get down to it. But also, it's just not gonna stick with you. It's a good time, but a short time, I guess, is the best way to put it. Or a short time for a good time. However you want to say it. But overall, it's not bad. Just not among my top tiers. The next one on the list is Yumikui Mary, or Dream Eater Mary, I think is the English one. It's an older one. It's an older piece. I've seen it. It's about a guy, the protagonist. He is dealing with nightmares and gets put into and he ends up in the dream realm, nightmare realm, more or less. And he has to fight off specific nightmares. Grab your food, grab your drinks, just, make yourself comfortable for the yap session. And overall, the protagonist then meets Mary, who is, fighting against dreams, or, nightmares, actually, and she is very much a fighter against a fighter. And they only meet up when he's, sleeping and dreaming and ending up in the nightmare realm or in the dream realm. Overall, it's a good anime. It does have a few issues with pacing, from what I remember, and the episodes. I mean, it's a lot dream sequences and everything. So I think it's pretty good, but I'm still actually gonna put it into if you're bored, mostly because it's a short one as well. 12 episodes, I think, if I remember right. And the visuals are very appealing, very cute, and it's a good one, just also not that memorable, to be fair. But overall, I did enjoy Yumikui Mary. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it in good. Yeah, no, it's good. It's good. Yeah, food is best left in the fridge, And yeah, so Yumikui Mary is fine. It does what it's supposed to do, and it's a good not horror, but it's like very good for Halloween or leading up to Halloween. It's not scary in any way, but it has these kinds of Halloween vibes, So yeah, it's a spooky season anime. Actually, should I make an extra tier list for spooky season anime? No, I think that there isn't much for spooky season in here. Well, no, actually, there probably is. I'm just gonna re-add it here. Good for spooky season. And I'm gonna put it a vibrant orange. And I'm gonna put it in good for a spooky season. The next one. Oh boy. It's 86. I'm gonna put it into love it already because I've devoured the light novels. I've enjoyed them so much. It's insane. They are so good. I love them. It's a anime. It's a different world, basically. There are robots. There's a war against robots, the Legion. And the humans, they kind of split up in, they split up into a few last bastions, more or less. And there is the Republic of San Magnolia. And they claim they send out unmanned drones to fight against the Legion and everything, which is not true. They are using child soldiers that are not of a specific race birth. So it's very much a commentary on racism, war, the horrors of war, identity, and it's overall just really, really insanely good. I can't gush enough about it, especially the light novels. The light novels are insane. Like Asato, the author, they have a talent for writing horrific scenes and putting so much emotion in them that I felt sick sometimes because of what they've written. Like, the horrors of war, they gripped me. I could imagine it vividly. And that was something where I was just like, oh my god. I can't wait for volume 14. But yes, the anime is also very good. I also really liked it. It's just it ended not abruptly. It combines volume 1 and 2 into one series, and the ending is also of the anime is also alludes to more, but so far there hasn't been an announcement for another season. It's 24 seasons, 24 episodes. Oh, yapping. And yeah, it's so good. It's really good. I can only recommend it. It's amazing. And it's just, the scenes are so gripping, and the illustrations of the Legion, they're so detailed, so technical. No, it's not 24 seasons, it's 24 episodes. I'm sorry. It's only episodes. I was so deep into, hoping for a season 2 that I thought, like, yay, 24 seasons. No, it's not. But yeah, it's insane. I love it. And it's just... what the characters go through is just awful at times, and you can't even fathom what they must feel knowing what is happening to them and everything. But also, there's also a romance in there, so, despite all the bad things, there is still a very, very compelling romance in there that I absolutely love. They're my favorite characters. I would die for them. That's all I can say on 86. It's so good. Okay, so yes, 86 is amazing. Please watch it. Connie, the next time you come over, I know what I'm gonna show you. You do not get a choice, by the way. So, the next one I have on this list is, I think it's pretty good. Uh, 86 is good, but 96 is better. I mean, maybe, I don't know. 86 is the best. Anyways, the next anime is called Aoharu X Machine Gun. It's a short 12 episode anime, if I remember correctly. It's pretty good. I actually really liked it. I watched it multiple times. It's about airsoft games, basically. It falls under a sports anime, technically, funnily enough. It's you've heard of it. Overall, the main character is a girl who has to cross-dress as a guy, and the quote-unquote main love interest, he doesn't really, get it, but still is very nice and affectionate towards her, even though, he thinks that's a guy. And there is also trauma involved, as there is with sports anime. And overall, it's just really fun. I do enjoy it a lot. The main character also kind of has a bit of a psychotic streak sometimes, because she is insanely good at airsoft. Or like the version of airsoft they're playing, it's more of a sense of actual tactical battle and just, guerrilla warfare in a sense. And it's treated like actual death and everything, so it's really funny sometimes. And she takes to it so well. It's insane. And the characters are just super fun, super compelling. And they're a team of 3, so the third guy, he knows that, the protagonist is a girl, but he doesn't really say much about it. The next one I have on my list, well, it's definitely worth a watch. A badminton anime? Huh, I've never really watched anime about badminton, to be fair. Maybe I should change that. There are a few sports anime still to come. I mean, you could probably see 2 already. Hanibado. Okay, I will keep it in mind. The next one on my list is 91 Days. I will put it in the if you're bored category. It's 12 episodes, and it's about the Prohibition era, basically. And it's Italian mafia. So, it's kind of on the nose, revenge story overall. It's very interesting, but it's not that memorable. The animations are fine. It's mostly more muted colors, a little darker. I'm so interested to see what it is you're seeing. But yeah, 91 Days. I watched it when it came out. I watched it mainly because one of the main protagonists, I think his name was Avilio. I liked his hair color. It was purple. Just, anime shenanigans, and I decided to give it a watch, and I watched it fully. The end did have me in tatters, so I did feel a lot when watching it, but it also confused me a little bit because I had my doubts at how it ended. So it was kind of an in-between thing. It was good, but it's like not that memorable. It falls into the same category as World Trigger. It was good, but it also got somewhat technical, I guess, with the whole Prohibition era moonshine and all that, so yeah. The next one is Yaboy Kong Ming, or how I only know it as Paripikome. I liked it. It was actually very memorable. And it was really, really fun. I liked the characters. I like the interactions, and I like the take on a, warlord from a few hundred years ago coming to the modern times and having to, figure out how to make things work. and he stumbles upon a songstress that he likes, well, an up-and-coming singer, and he decides to apply his war strategies to marketing strategies. It's just lighthearted, it's fun, and it's absolutely insane. Yes, in a good way. Definitely, if you decide to watch it, you are going to have a good time. It's really good, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. I will have to limit my favorites, and that is the hardest thing ever. But it is very good. I definitely enjoyed it, and I might rewatch it in the coming days. Mostly since when I talk about stuff, I, tend to go back and just reaffirm my stance on it. Gonna drink something real quick. Yippee. Okay. So, the next one is Villainous Level 99. I am not the Demon Lord yet, I think, is the subtitle. Or, well, the continuation of the title. The anime. I'm just gonna purely talk about the anime because I have not read the light novel yet. I enjoyed it, mostly. The one thing I definitely did not enjoy, was the animation. Might just make an extra tier for liked it, but animation wasn't the best. Just gonna do it, gonna get more into tier list. And I'm gonna give it, I don't know, like a dark red color, I guess. Yeah, this is fine. I liked it, but the animation was definitely lacking. Let me just, especially the budget 3D that was in there. That was one where I was just like, that's kind of where I drew the line. The characters, insanely compelling, insanely fun, especially the protagonist. She is so cute and so funny because she's just, thinking everything's normal and people are just like, what the fuck? What's going on with you? So yeah, no, I really, really, really liked it, but the animation was definitely a point that dragged it down very hard. I do like the blank expression that she usually has. I also like the main love interest of hers. I am still reading the manga. I should probably get myself the light novels as well because I do like reading. And I've read so many light novels already. I need more. And I will definitely go and get the light novels of this as well, just to, see how the light novel compares to the anime and the manga. The next one is Bleach. It's... I probably put it mid-tier, so... It's more of a, there is so much filler in there sometimes. I mean, the filler episodes are great. But Bleach overall is just, the concept, immaculate. The way some of the execution is a bit lacking, in my opinion. Again, this is a highly opinionated tier list. If anything does not align with your own opinions, that is fine. I'm just doing it because I thought it would be interesting. Overall, Bleach, I like the movies more than the anime, to be fair. Than the anime series. And I did watch Naruto, yes. I can put it on the tier list later and just see where I would rank it. But overall, I did watch Naruto. I just stopped sometime mid-Shippuden, I think. So, yeah, it was kind of... I finished the manga, though. But I will never touch Boruto. You would have to tie me up, break my limbs, and force me. Gil, please tell me that you're also an Ichiruki fan. Please. Please. Yes! Oh, thank you. Finally. Like, I get Orihime is his childhood friend. But at the same time, he and Rukia had so much more chemistry, in my opinion. I wish it had been them. Rukia is just a badass. There's nothing else to say. And yeah, I know Naruto is even more filler. But yeah, Bleach had lots of big filler arcs. Even if I remember correctly. But like, most of the filler was actually pretty good, in my opinion. Like, there was so much character building in those fillers in Bleach, which I don't remember from Naruto at all, to be fair. I might just put Bleach up. Yeah, I'm gonna put Bleach in good, because I do have fond memories. I have very fond memories of it. And I do like the movies. The Diamond Dust Rebellion movie is probably my favorite. My favorite character is Hitsugaya. I love him. He is an insanely good character. I enjoy him whenever the Short King is on screen. I always liked him. Also, cool ice dragon and everything, so, you know. Yeah, Ichigo's background music, the music is also really, really good from what I remember, the openings especially. But overall, Bleach is just it's good, but even then it's on the lower end of the it's good category. Mostly because I didn't even finish watching it. Yeah, I didn't even finish watching it, to be fair. Mostly because it's long. I don't really watch long animes anymore. I mean, I can. It's not that I can't, but it's just like, it has to grip me for all those episodes. Which, Bleach, I think I stopped where the... Oh god, what was their name? Ulquiorra and his group showed up. Well, not showed up, but when you were like in this hollow zone. I mean, yeah, kind of old. I mean, you're old, but not me yet, or something. But like, I remember I watched it up until Ulquiorra and kind of Ichigo turning into a half hollow or hollow thing creature. You know, where he just kind of went Insano style. That's where until I watched it. And then I just did not remember or continue. But yeah, that is Bleach for me. The next anime that I have on this wonderful list is Assassination Classroom. Instant love it. Assassination Classroom is kind of special to me. I read the manga first, or like I started the manga. Then when the anime came out, I was so happy about it. I watched the anime. The animations are gorgeous. I love the animation style and the generally the style of the anime. It's like very pastel-y and everything, but it can have its serious moments. And then I also loved season 2, and I cried. God, it had me bawling my eyes out. Assassination Classroom is very good if you want lots of emotional damage and if you want to see characters grow. If you want to see the growth, the application of unconventional talents. Amazing. Just, I have little to no words because of how amazing it is, and I don't want to spoil anything. And it's just so good. I love them. I love Koro Sensei. Such a good character, such a good teacher, such a good person. I don't want to cry. Ooh. Yes, Karma. He got carried by it. Got carried by Karma. He carried everything. I loved him so much as well, but I also really loved the dynamic between him and Nagisa, like blue-haired guy. The dynamic between them, it was so interesting to me, especially like in the second season, the team fights basically where they went against each other with their ideals and everything, and the fight between them was just insane. Yeah, if there hadn't been some compelling dynamics, it definitely would have been a B tier anime, but with this, it's just absolutely insane. With the way it is, I love it. It's absolutely gorgeous, amazing, super good, insane. That's all I can really say about it. I love it. Ugh. But it's still on the lower end of my love it tier list. I mean, there's probably some that are a little lower as well, but you know, we'll get there. We'll get there. Probably at the end I will have to do some rearranging. We still have quite a few to go, as you can see. The next one is the anime Doctor House, basically. It's Amiku MD, Detective Doctor, and I'm just gonna say it wasn't for me. I watched Doctor House. He was a compelling character because of, you know, who he is and the kind of person he is. The concept did not work with how they executed it with Amiku MD. She was just kind of, I don't know how to really say it, but it was just, she tried too hard, or well, the people tried too hard to put her into the house category, which made her ultimately a very unlikable character, in my opinion. And also the animation quality started suffering from episode 2 onwards. Like the first episode, gorgeous animation, loved it. And then it was such a huge drop in quality that I was just like, oh, okay, I see. And I just kind of stopped. Maybe I was missing that, but no, it actually didn't really have that much to do, well, not too much to do with medicine. It was just basically a mystery of people, spontaneous human combustion. But then she found out it wasn't really spontaneous human combustion, but there was some stuff at work, and she just kind of put herself in danger as well and didn't listen to the poor medical intern guy whom she was dragging around and whose property got damaged. So yeah, no, she was just kind of too much. She was trying too hard. I will be honest. And yeah, that's, I think, all I can say for Amiku MD. It just wasn't for me overall. The next one is a Bartender Glass of God. It was an anime I watched because I had nothing better to do, and I watched when it was still releasing because I needed to fill my week with some anime. This was one of them that aired. I think it aired this year, start this year or something. I think it was a spring season anime. So yeah, I watched it. It was very interesting because it goes into, a little bit of the bartender spiel. Like, what is the job as a bartender? It's not only making drinks, it's also listening to customers, making sure you are there for the customer and everything. It was fine. I personally just wouldn't rewatch it, but it was fine. the characters were all mature. They were adults, of course, because, you know, it's marketed for adults, the anime. So ultimately, it was just fine, in my opinion. There's not really much I can say because it wasn't that memorable. So, yeah. I think it's fine if in the meh tier. The next one is Bungo Stray Dogs. We are putting it in It's Good, and we are going to... Excuse me. Yeah. So, I mean, you know, technically there shouldn't be, but it's anime, so we are getting some questionable anime on this list as well. And I will mention if they're questionable, because they're going into the questionable tier at that point. But yeah, overall, the Bungo Stray Dogs, I like it. It's really good. What do you mean YOLO player? You mean just an extra tier where it's just like, I liked it? Like the most neutral, okay, it was fine, I liked it? Or what do you mean? Just for my understanding. Now I'm confused, I'm sorry. Okay. Overall, where was I? Bungo Stray Dogs. I watched the first season, loved it, read the manga, stopped the manga. Then, you know, it was a few months later, I decided to... No, it was actually a few years that I stopped. Then I got back to it. I rewatched from the very beginning until the most recent season, which was season 5, I think. And I devoured it in like one weekend. Well, a little more than a weekend, but, you know, it took me a week to get through 5 seasons. And then I really liked it. I like the concept of it. My favorite character is Akutagawa. I like his cloak, his Rashomon ability. Very interesting. And I think it's also very interesting that they're all named after famous authors and their probably most memorable books. Like, one of the protagonists, colleagues, I guess, is Osamu Dazai, and his ability is no longer human. So, kind of on the nose. And it's very interesting. The characters all have their own quirks, probably also based on the books they're from, or the authors. The second season was probably the weakest, with the American Guild coming over. I think that was the weakest season of them all, but it was fine. So overall, the anime is good, just some ups and downs as there are with long animes usually. Then, the next one is Yona of the Dawn. I'm gonna say, I didn't really like it. I tried watching it twice. I never got far. I got into like episode 5, 6, or 7, I don't know. Still pretty early. It always looked good at first, but I could never get into it. I didn't like Yona as a character, to be fair. She was kind of naive. I mean, of course, in the beginning she is naive. Her fiance betrays her. I didn't like the harem aspect, more or less. That was also kind of something where I'm just like, Yeah, I don't think it worked for this anime in particular. People praise it to high heaven. I've heard so many people say, oh yeah, it's so good, and I'm just sitting here like, if I speak, people would be unhappy if I did so. So yeah, no, it's just something I didn't really like it. I can see the appeal. It's yeah, probably canceled though. I can see the appeal, but it's definitely something that I personally could not watch. The next one is Citrus, and I'm actually gonna put this in questionable tier. Mostly, first of all, I have very mixed feelings about the whole thing. Second of all, it's questionable in and of itself. Because the main love couple, can't even really call them a love couple, because at the same time, there is so much weird stuff going on with them. Like, one girl isn't really into it, but the other is kind of taking advantage, and then they're taking advantage of each other. It's just, I sat there and I was just like, what do I even think of this? I just like, it is kind of also social commentary, I guess. It's made to make people somewhat uncomfortable at first, but then just kind of leans into the whole, I think, more of a fetish thing in a way. I don't know how to really describe it, but that is the vibe I got from it. I did read some of the manga, and then every girl just kind of falling in love with Yuzu, and then there is also this pair of almost twin siblings, like with the younger one being a little shorter and the older one being a little taller. And it was kind of questionable because the younger one definitely had eyes for someone, and it was okay. I can't remember the details, but mostly probably because I blocked them out. Had it been a bit of a different anime, I think I would have gotten to like it. Yeah, that's true. It also had a bit of that NTR feeling. So it was also kind of okay. So definitely probably had a little bit of a fetish thing in it. So the author's barely disguised fetish, I guess. I'm gonna drink something again. Yippee. So yeah, that is why I'm putting Citrus into the questionable tier. The next one, I think people can already see what it is. It's Yuri on Ice. There is, I don't think, much to say about Yuri on Ice. It took the world by storm. It was the anime of, I think, 2016. And then we got kind of blue-balled for 8 years with MAPPA promising there would be a new anime and there is a movie in the works and everything. And then they came out like, yeah, no, it just didn't happen. We never had anything planned. Yeah, it's it's been a long time since Yuri on Ice came out. And they blue-balled us for all those years, and I'm still mad. Because I really liked that the characters were compelling. It was a compelling romance, because it was a romance. So, yeah, no, it definitely was a romance to me, and not even to me, it was a romance to everyone. It was just like very subtle. They couldn't officially market it as such, but it definitely was. You could definitely feel the intent. And that just kind of makes me sad, you know, because I wish we could have gotten more of Victor and Yuri. But nope, we were denied. The next one, this is the movie poster, but it's Black Butler. I don't know where to rank Black Butler, if I'm honest, because I actually like it, but I also know it's questionable at the same time. And I'm just probably gonna put it in it's good. Mostly because it's just very interesting. Yeah, enjoyable and questionable. That is true. I do like it. I like the first season is good, and every season after is also good, aside from, the official second season, which veered off the manga completely. Like, it had nothing to do with the manga anymore, with the basically second demon and demon master pair, which was weird. So first season, amazing. Then the Book of Circus, I think, was the next one. Then the Book of Atlantic, and recently there was the Green Witch as well. I like it. I also like the manga. I'm somewhat up to date. I haven't read it much lately, mostly because I didn't really feel like it. But from what I remember, it was good. Like, there was a plot twist that I did not see coming. So overall, I think Black Butler is definitely worth a watch. The next one. I mean, as you can see from the small image, it's free. It's also free. So, sports anime, it goes into the good category. Mostly since, well, it's good. It has its moments. It's sports anime. Sports anime hardly miss, I feel. Aside from some that I won't name. But most sports animes, I feel, don't really miss. Like, Yuri on Ice was great, Aoharu and Machine Gun is great. Of course, Free is great. What's later coming is Haikyuu and Tsurune and Run with the Wind. Those are all also, I will talk about them still. Overall, Free is free. Characters are fun. I love that it was marketed as like a thirst trap at first, and then you got trauma, and it was okay. Lots of fan service, of course, because why would there not be fan service, Just your standard sports anime, I guess. The next one is Classroom of the Elite. And I will say, definitely not for me. Or, well, not... I watched all the seasons, I guess, but it's just like... For me, the anime... I'm talking specifically about the anime because that is the only thing I know, really, of it. It feels like a train wreck you can't look away from. The main character is doing things and playing 5D chess or whatever, and you're just sitting here like, how does that make sense? They're also all very verbose and just talking for the sake of talking, and it's just like, I can't really follow along. I believe the light novel is probably better if you speak so highly of it, so I am willing to give it a shot, at least. But the anime is just kind of a bit of a jumbled mess, in my opinion. Because the main character, whilst he should be the smartest guy in the room, basically, in the anime, it does not feel like that's, something that should be. I don't know how to better explain it, but in the anime it just feels that he's made smart because, that's how it should be, and not because, you get to see something of his, not ambitions, but like his motivation to do what he's doing. That's kind of where I'm struggling. Exactly. Okay, in the light novels, there are his inner thoughts. In the anime, it's just like he is there. He does things, and it's like, you just get to hear his thoughts sometimes, but even then you're just like, and why would you care? Like, just, it doesn't feel compelling to watch. So, yeah, that is my opinion on Classroom of the Elite. But I will definitely look at the light novel and give the light novel a chance. I probably should write down somewhere which light novels I am going to give a chance to. Sorry if you can hear me typing. I just need to write down which light novels. So I have Classroom of the Elite and Villainous Level 99. Okay, I think that's all I can say to Classroom of the Elite. Then we have Eden Zero. The anime I probably put under If You're Bored, which kind of pains me because the concept is very interesting. But also at the same time, Hiro Mashima has the tendency to reuse character designs a lot and just change some stuff. Like, but I think it's also some kind of thing of alternate timelines, all stemming from Rave Master, his very first manga. Overall, Eden Zero, I love it. I really love it. I really love it. The anime didn't really compel me. Yes, very not same face syndrome, but like the characters look very similar to one another. Let me just quickly. Just look at them. I know this is fan art drawn, but overall they look kind of the same. Here. It's very much sci-fi fairy tale, which I definitely appreciate it because I do like the sci-fi aspect. I just hate that the animation is basically the same as fairy tale right now. It just kind of upsets me, the washed out colors and everything. It would feel much better if everything popped more like fairy tale used to. I say used to because they also have this kind of same washed out color scheme nowadays. But yeah. So it's definitely only, sadly, if you're bored. It might hook you. I read the complete manga. I loved it. The end felt a little rushed, though, in my opinion. But I guess that was kind of not really expected because the ending of Fairy Tail did kind of work. Just, Hiro Mashima didn't really end it because he started the 100-year quest thing. And since I'm already talking about Fairy Tail, I'm gonna just take it from the tier list, and I also put it here because the very first few seasons, what was it, 170 episodes, I think, or 175 episodes, I think. They have the old art style. They have the good kind of art style. Well, not good. I say good because I don't mean that it's better. I just say for me, for me personally, subjective. I like the colors more. I like the way it popped more. It was less round, less soft. It was they put the magic circles everywhere, which also was very compelling and worked. Everything looked... Maybe it's just nostalgia talking, I will be honest, but I really enjoyed the old fairy tale more than the new one. Because Lucy was actually blonde and not almost white-haired. I could probably... I think... Where is it? I think it's this. Yeah, like this. This is an example. It's not what I was looking for exactly, but hey. But yeah, like the 2009 style was my favorite because then everything just kind of got softer. The characters got a little more washed out. I don't know, it's just, again, maybe it's nostalgia talking. I won't discredit that. But how it changed, like, Erza's hair is not scarlet anymore, really. Lucy's not really blonde for me anymore. It's just kind of beige hair. If you get what I mean. But yeah, that is just my small gripe with Fairy Tail's art style change, which I kind of get that they, changed up stuff. But at the same time, I really liked how they looked back then. Again, might just be nostalgia. So yeah, Fairy Tail and Eden Zero go into the mid-tier, into the if you're bored tier. Where I will say that Fairy Tail is, kind of long. So if you really want something that will keep you entertained for a while, also there is fan service in there. And Lucy in the beginning is just kind of useless. But I love her. She's doing great. She's amazing. 100% character development. So I can recommend it. It's just you're not gonna have a good time once you get to the changed art style. Or maybe you have a better time than I have. So, all subjective. The next one on the list. Yes, we love character development in this house. I love character development. The next one on the list is Fire Force. It's fine. It's good. I watched the first season. Then I kind of stopped. I don't know why. Maybe I've hit an anime slump at that point and just didn't continue watching it. But I do like the concept of Fire Force. Basically, they're firefighters. But they have fire powers. And the firefighting they're doing is putting flame demons into the ground. Or kind of dead people and putting dead people to rest, in a sense. Or was it people affected by some kind of illness, demon caused? Something like this. I don't remember the exact thing, but it's good. There is just very unnecessary fan service. Like one of the two main girls, who is also one of the firefighters, Tamaki, she has like cat-like powers, more or less, cat-like fire powers. And she's unlucky, but in the sense of when she is unlucky and she trips, her clothes just randomly fall away. Which is kind of a choice. A choice that I'm not fond of. That's why I would just... It's good if you can look away from the fan service, I guess. Or not look away, you're probably not going to look away, but like if you can overlook it. So yeah, it's actually no, the fan service detracts a lot from it. I'm just gonna go into the mid tier. The fan service definitely detracts from it. So yeah. The next thing, Fruits Basket, but the remake, the 2019 remake, goes into top tier. I never imagined I would love it this much. I didn't see the OG series, the older one. I only saw the 2019 version. I got into it, and I never looked back. One thing that gets me hooked is the exploration of character trauma, the way to overcome trauma, and overall character development, healing, that kind of stuff. That gets me into an anime quick. I love it. Character development is my top thing. The story could be dog shit for all I care. No, not really, but like it should have at least a modicum of sense. But the character development, hook me with that, I'm all yours. Or something. So yeah, and Fruits Basket had a lot of it. I watched it. I loved all the seasons and how it progressed and everything. Insane story. I just love it. Toru is one of my favorite girlies. She's so good. She really does her best. And you can feel it. You can feel that she's doing everything she can for the sake of her dead mother. There's not much I can really say. But yeah, I love it. If you haven't watched it, watch Fruits Basket. Just do it. There is not really much else to say about it. Just do it. The next one is The High School of the Dead. It will be put in questionable because we all know this one scene with the gun and the boobies. So the boobies going at Mach 4 or something. Yes, the boobs. The boobs going at Mach 4. And it's just like, considering they're all high schoolers, it's kind of, and all the fan service and the zombie apocalypse and everything, kind of very questionable. So, yeah, I put it in the questionable tier, and there it will stay for the foreseeable future. I will be honest, the boob scene is the only thing I really remember from High School of the Dead. Like, not much else remained in my brain aside from the boobs. The next one is Girl Beats Boys. Basically, a girl meets a boy who is the she's an orphan and she should be starting school and everything, but she runs into a boy who is very dainty looking, looks almost like her, and he should be inheriting a Yakuza gang, and he hates fighting, so he asks her to switch places with him and go to the all-boys school and just fight her way to the top and take over the school. And she agrees. It's fun. It's not really a long anime. It's lighthearted. The characters are all just, you know, kind of stereotypical. But she gets into fights and she does beat people up. So that is something that is very fun to me. And I think that's all I can really say on it. It's definitely something of a harem anime because they do kind of somewhat get the feeling that she is, not a guy. But they don't outright say it, they just won't fight her, and, some of the main guys, they fight for her as well. So, yeah. From what I remember, it was very lighthearted, very fun, very short and sweet, and kind of episodic in its whole dealings. And the Yakuza boy that she traded places with, he, I think, likes cross-dressing as well. But I don't quote me on that detail, but it's something I vaguely remember. Again, from what I remember, the anime is really fun. So it's going into the it's good category. The next one is Ikebukuro Westgate Park. It belongs into top tier for me. I still remember most of it. It's been a while since I've watched it, but there's still a lot that I remember about it. It's more for mature audiences. The characters are all grown adults. It's about gang wars and a guy getting dragged into gang wars against his will and fighting for his friends and everything. And it's a lot of camaraderie in there, so I do think it is a very good anime. Also well worth a watch. And the animation is also really nice. I can... These are the characters. So it's basically gang wars. Blue versus red, and they are... It's good. I like it a lot. I don't know, there's not much I can really say to it because I like the characters a lot. And the most distinct moment is something I can't talk about because it would be spoilers, and I do not want to spoil anything. It's an anime you best go into blind and just let it work with you. Then we have Haikyuu, which I will put into the... I'll put it actually into the meh tier, because it didn't have that much of an impact on me. I watched a few seasons, I read the manga, but then eventually I stopped, and I don't remember much of it. Like, I remember much less about it. There weren't really many memorable moments, aside from in the first season already with Kageyama's issues about, being a good setter for someone. Or his whole ego trip and working alone and everything, so that is probably the only thing that I distinctly remember. But Hinata as a character is fine. He's very hyper, and that is something I can't really deal well with. But that is a me issue that I also know, so that's why it's going into mid-tier, because objectively it's not bad. I just couldn't stick to it, I guess. Gonna drink something again. I'm very thirsty. Okay. So yeah, it's mid-tier. The next is Kaiju number 8, which goes into the good tier. I liked it a lot. I read the manga, finished the manga even. It's amazing. I like the story. I still need to watch season 2. I haven't started it yet. But overall, from what I've heard, it's very good. And from what I know from the manga, it's really amazing. I like the characters. It makes me happy that Kafka has a support network. You know, some people that like being around him and that also keep his secrets, and they would, you know, die for his secret, more or less. Something I definitely very much enjoy. I'm trying to think of if there's anything else. The animations. The animations are also really, really good. I love that you can definitely feel the impact whenever there's like impact scenes, or, you know, Kafka's punching something as Kaiju number 8, and you can definitely feel the weight of the punch. So it's definitely worth a watch. Then we have Project K, or just known as K. It is one of my favorites. One of my all-time favorites. It's also kind of gang wars. Funnily enough, you can kind of see my top tier is about 1, 2, 3 gang wars so far. But yeah, K Project is an anime. It's from Gora and Gohans. It's an animation studio who experiments with kind of unconventional animation and coloring. It's let me just look up some screenshots. Then from here. But yeah, it's like the coloring scheme, it's just, there's a lot of color gradients in there. And you definitely know which character belongs to which faction, because everything is tinted in their favor usually to make them stand out more. And the main characters, well, in the first season, it's mainly about the war between the Red Clan and the Blue Clan, and how the characters interact. Like, they know each other, and they fight against each other, and there are a few movies as well. There's also, I think there's a second season. Yeah, there was a second season, and there's like 3 or 4 movies. A few movies dealing with the past of two characters, which they have a shared past, and I love them. It's him, he's my favorite character. I really liked him all the time. He's just so fucking funny because he's so insecure about his height and his kind of feminine name. His name is Misaki. And his former best friend, whenever he says his name, the guy just sounds insane. Saruhiko's Misa, when he says Misaki, it's just so insane. I'm just like, oh, yeah, this guy definitely has it out for someone. So I'm just enjoying it. What kind of just detracts a little from it is, where can I see? Yeah, her. She doesn't just detract from the anime in a way of, you know, her being a woman, but in a sense of how she's drawn. Like, basically her work uniform is the shortest of the short. It just goes barely below her butt. And her boobs, her boobies, just kind of stand out way too much. Like, they go out, basically. And whenever you see her, you can definitely tell that there's some fan service going on. And also with the cat girl, she is also there for some fan service. Yeah, no, gravity does not apply to her. It definitely does not apply to her in a single moment. So yeah, that is mainly the detractions I would make from K. And also that the story is a little hard to follow if you just get pushed in, because you just get pushed into it. You have no clue about any of it. You don't really get it at first, but it's really worth it. And also kind of it's very supernatural as well, because they all have special powers. Those special powers come from the kings. Like, they're literally called kings, which are the gang leaders, and they each have like a sword hanging over them, the Sword of Damocles, which is, kind of very telling as a name. And they just have... There's lots of issues going on, and you don't get half of it at first, so you only get it towards the latter half of the anime. You will start to understand. And you mostly also don't really get the beef most of those characters have with each other, so it definitely is something where you need to, search and look for it. So yeah, that is K, and I still like it. I can't help myself. Then we have Kami-sama Kiss. It's cute. I don't know. It's really adorable. I love that the main girl, I don't remember her first name, I just know that her last name is Momozono. She becomes basically a quote-unquote goddess, and her fox retainer Tomoe has to take care of her and teach her the ways of the ways of a goddess, and she has to pretend to be normal and then fend off other demons and Ayakashi and everything, whilst she gets closer with Tomoe and just falls in love with him. And it's just, I don't know, it's a really cute anime. It's very fresh, very cute, falls somewhat into a similar style, I guess, like Fruits Basket, but not completely, not really. They're just two cuties, and of course there's a few more characters also coming to fulfill the kind of quote-unquote harem quota, I guess. So yeah, it's a good one, definitely worth a watch. And the characters are also, like, she's being very real, because, like, when she's told she has now become a goddess, she's just like, excuse me, what? So, yeah, it's fun. Also a little heart-wrenching at times. You definitely like seeing it. The next one is Princess Connect, which goes into top tier for me. It's an anime from Cygames Studio, which are the same Cygames that have made Uma Musume. It's based on a game as well, also called Princess Connect Redive. And the anime, beautiful animations, the characters, they're all fun and cute and compelling. It's overall, you just kind of really enjoy seeing it. gives you this light feeling, and then and then there's mainly girls in the anime. I mean, of course, it's not a harem anime because the main character is kind of a blank slate, which is probably given due to, you know, this whole being an adaptation of a game. And the girls are so different and so compelling as characters. Like the main girl, one of the main girls, her name is Pecorine. She's a glutton. She loves eating. She's super strong. She's a princess from a country, and she got ousted, kind of, and she wants to win her country back, and there is a lot going on, and I just enjoy that, you know, they're strong, but they also show weakness, or, well, Pecorine tries to not show weakness. There's also some abuse going on in the background with one of the main girls. She is under the control of the main evil mastermind. I can't really say too much, but it's just like, the girls are fun. They have chemistry. The main group is cute. They're adorable. They're all really good. They're all really good characters. I love them. Then we have Hitman Reborn. It goes into the It's Good category. I know I keep saying it's one of my favorites. But I'm so sad with how there has been no continuation, no updates about a new anime remake or continuation, because it ended after like 200 episodes with no satisfying conclusion. The manga ended normally. I loved it. I really love Reborn. It's just the start is kind of slow. You need to get into the whole world building. Well, it's not much world building, but there's special powers at play. You know, mafia. Italian mafia and everything. So yeah, no, it's definitely going here into the It's Good. They're good category. Tuna is such a good character. He cares for his friends. He cares for his, well, family in that sense. Mafia family. And he goes through a lot of character development. All of the characters go through a lot of character development. And man, it's one of the best character developments that I've enjoyed. So, Katekyo Hitman Reborn, or Hitman just Reborn, or Hitman Reborn. It's known as many different things. I definitely enjoy them. It's also one of the animes where it's just like, it's definitely power of friendship, but it's the good kind of power of friendship. So it's definitely worth it. The next one is actually an anime movie, but I had to get it in. Mostly due to the fact that, you know, it's one of my favorites. It's put in the go watch. It's a, I think, 2-hour movie. It's called Makia When the Promised Flower Blooms. I think that's the name. Let me just quickly take a look. I have my notes somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, Makia When the Promised Flower Blooms. And it's such a good movie. It's about a girl. Her name is Makia. Her race is basically long living. They have the gift of, well, more or less immortality even. And they live secluded. They weave the story of the world. Weaving is like writing books for them. And her whole family and everyone kind of, well, a lot of them get killed in an air raid from another country who don't like them. They are scared of their longevity, and they want it for, and the king wants it for themselves. So they kill most of those people and abduct a few women. And Makia is almost killed. She then manages to kind of get free by hanging on to a dragon and just gets dropped in the middle of a forest where there is a wagon. And she hears a baby crying in there, and she takes the baby, and she has no idea. She's barely an adult. She doesn't know how the world works. She has no idea but she takes in the baby because she doesn't think the baby will live. And she doesn't want to let it die. And then, she becomes a mother and to the orphaned baby. And it's just, it shows a few struggles of motherhood and everything. It's so beautiful overall. Like, the whole second half of the movie, I probably just cried. Because there's so much going on. It's so heartfelt. It's so cute. And oh my god, I'm already starting to cry when I think about it. It's one of those movies that you really have to watch. It's emotional, it's beautiful, it's bittersweet. I think that's the best way to describe it. It's bittersweet. And it makes me cry. I'm sorry. I just really, really, really love it. And again, it's a movie. It's around 2 hours. It's worth it. It's so worth it. I cried a lot, and I could still cry over it. The next one on my list is Psycho-Pass. Definitely it's good thing. Mostly because it kind of went down with the second season. Second and third season were kind of mid. The movie was good, and the first season, of course, was also amazing. It just kind of went downhill a little bit. So it's, yeah. No, it's good. It's social commentary on a, kind of surveillance state, more or less. People are monitored. If their behavior doesn't align with specific parameters, the AI will designate them a target as criminal to be taken in either for rehabilitation or extermination. And even victims of, trauma and everything, they could get designated as, dangerous individuals and just be ordered to be killed on the spot. So it's definitely, it's also very sci-fi. That is too. It's a very it's a future kind of thing, where everything is like with neural links and everything. Please, we don't want to get too real in here. Psycho-Pass is becoming less and less of a fiction. I know, and it scares me. Because the problem in Psycho-Pass, there was a section where someone got killed in public, and no one stopped the murderer, because they had no idea what they were witnessing. They did not know that this guy was killing someone. They had not a single clue. And that was kind of terrifying. And we are kind of heading there as well. So it's pretty good social commentary for how it is now. And also, the best thing about psychopaths is that some characters, they can't be judged by the system. They're abnormal, they're abnormalities, and they can't be judged. And that is also kind of terrifying because they can just commit crimes and the system would never be able to catch them. Which is basically the premise of the whole first season. So yeah, Psychopath is really good. Then we have the Angels of Death. It's definitely going into the questionable tier. Mostly due to the fact that, first of all, I had no idea what the hell was going on. I just knew there was a 13-year-old girl, she wanted to be killed, and there was a 17-year-old psychopath who wanted to kill people. And that is literally all I really remember, and I know it was questionable because, like, she just wanted to die. He promised to kill her. They kind of became codependent on each other as well. She then turns out killed her own parents, and I think she was the one who sewed them back together as well, or was it another character? There was a lot of questionable things in there. I mean, it's also kind of an allegory of trauma, but at the same time, it was kind of poorly executed. It's based off a game, from what I've heard. Maybe not questionable, but good for spooky season. I think it's good for spooky season still, regardless of the questionable stuff. Because it's not too questionable. I mean, the ending was kind of weird. I didn't really get that, or I didn't really like that, is more accurate. So that is something. But yeah, it's probably good for spooky season. Then we have Soul Eater. It's good, but I'm gonna put it good for spooky season because it's Soul Eater. Even though the ending of the anime was vastly different to what the manga was doing, I will be honest, I liked it. I liked the whole Maka being I liked that they were exploring Maka being able to also have have weapon traits. That is something I really liked because I feel it's explored too little. Her mother was a Meister and her father was a weapon, even a death scythe as well. So, I kind of feel like it was too little explored that she also has weapon blood in her, which is why I kind of like that the anime did that. So that is kind of my opinion on Soul Eater, because I know a lot of people hated that, which, I actually liked it. It was interesting, it was compelling to me. The next one on the list is Servamp. Also good for spooky season. It's about a lazy vampire servant. Like, there are people who have vampires as their servants. The main vampire is called Kuro. He is a lazy bitch. He turns into a fluffy black cat. But there's also something deeply wrong with it, or with him. And it's definitely something where I'm just like, could have definitely been executed better. But there are some scenes where it's just like, it dives a little into the horror of, you think you know the person, and then suddenly just everything goes downhill. It's, scary. The next one is, let me just quickly look what its name is. I only know the Japanese, and I'm sorry if I butcher it. It's Seiyu Radio Noura Omote. It's about two girls. They are radio hosts, mostly. And they have some sort of rivalry going on because one girl is incredibly talented, the other one is working hard. I mean, they're both working hard, but the other one has to work harder, and she is having self-doubts and everything, and it's cute. I'm not sure if it really counts as a Yuri anime, but they do have some very compelling chemistry. I like them a lot. It's very good, it's very sweet, it's very short. It's also a bit of an exploration of kind of a public persona versus private persona. That is also what's really compelling about it. So yeah, it's definitely good. I can definitely recommend it. The next one on my list is Tales of the Abyss. I'm biased towards it. It's an adaptation of a Tales of series game. Again, Tales of the Abyss. Tales of the Abyss. Same name. Both anime and the game. What I do really like about it is the insane character development. The main character, Luke, goes from a spoiled, really, really unlikable asshole noble brat to a hero. Like, he really switches his stance. He works on himself to be a better person, to be a better guy, to be a better version of himself, to be worthy of the people he calls friends. And I really like that. I like that he works hard on himself, that he does everything he can. The ending was different. Well, not different, but like the ending is, I don't want to spoil anything. It's definitely worth watching. It's just bittersweet. You definitely... It's also kind of open-ended. You don't exactly know about it. Or about what's going on. So, yeah, Tales of the Abyss, definitely worth watching. It's 24 or 26 episodes. I'm unsure, I think it's 26 though. It's 26 episodes. Actually, let me Google. Let me see. 26 episodes. Haha. Perfect. Yeah, it's 26 episodes. It's 26 episodes of character development where, you know, Luke in the beginning is an absolute asshole. People will hate him. I hated him. I disliked him. I absolutely wished I could strangle him through the screen. But thankfully, the people around him don't just take his bullshit. They do fight against him at some point and even abandon him more or less. Which he kind of deserved. But that is also the catalyst of, you know, his change. It's very compelling. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Then we have the Ancient Magus Bride. It's really good. I like it. I like that Chise, the main, the protagonist, she is something special. And she is, well, suicidal. She wanted to kill herself. And she decided to give up on life. She didn't succeed, of course, but she decided to give up on life and just let herself be auctioned off for, you know, people who like oddities and special powers. So like black market stuff. And an ancient magus, so basically a wizard type, sorcerer type, you know, a type of person. His name is Elias. he takes her in because he wants her to find life worth living again, and he teaches her as his disciple. And he also likes her enough that, you know, they both fall in love with each other. It's very cute, very nice. I watched the first season. I watched the second season. I just need to watch season 2, part 2, which is the whole school part of the season of everything. The next one is, let me quickly check if it's what I'm thinking. Yep, it is. It's Tokyo Ghoul. I am now talking about the anime, and I will say it could have been better. It could have been a lot better, especially season 2. Was there even a season 2? Yeah, no, there was a season 2. Especially season 2 could have been... It could have been. Like, the worst thing is, the worst offender, again, was the animation. It just kind of took a nosedive in the second season, especially. First season, I think the first few episodes had amazing pacing, and then it just kind of went down. Like, the horror factor also went down. It's about ghouls, cannibals, and, you know, them having special powers, the kind of fleshy tentacles they can form to fight each other and to, you know, eat humans. It's fine. I read the manga. I finished the manga. I was confused towards the end. And then the continuation, Tokyo Ghoul Re, I couldn't get into it. I think it was at that point where I was just like, okay, no, it's not for me. And the anime itself is also more of a, I couldn't really get that into it. My favorite character, though, was Toka, so she is amazing. I love her. I just wished better for her. One moment, I'm gonna drink something again. My voice is all getting weird. Okay, the next anime is D. Grayman. I'm doing my best. I'm trying to yap more so I can get into yapping. The next anime, as I said, is D. Grayman. I want to put it here, but the anime, I will kind of, overall, I will have to place it down here. I will have to place it and it's good. Because the world building, insane. The characters, amazing. It's just the whole first season, more or less. There was, like all old animes suffered from, I guess, filler content. And they kind of rushed through some stuff. And what kind of didn't help either was the way that the author, I think she got sick and couldn't continue the manga for the longest time. That kind of definitely didn't help. And then there was a long pause between, you know, the whole first season. And then they kind of soft relaunched it with the Grayman Zero, I think was the anime. And then they never did anything with that either. So it just kind of went downhill. I liked it a lot. The world building is really good. The whole monsters and the religion thing. I don't know, it's just very compelling, and the characters are all very unique. Like Alan, the main character, he is a really good person. He hates being called Bean Sprout. And the character Kanda Yu, I like his character a lot. It's just you only get to really know him in the newer The Greyman season, and you also get to know like his trauma and everything there. But there have been years between the old anime and the new one, so if you didn't watch the old one, you kind of don't really understand what is happening in the new season, or what happened in the new season. It detracts a lot, because the old one is, I think, 103 episodes worth of content. So yeah, I do recommend it, but I would recommend starting from the beginning. So from the old anime and work into the new one. But that is like what I would think is the best approach. Then, next on my list, straight to love it, 7th Time Loop. I just finished rereading the light novels today. I finished novel 6 again. I can't wait for novel 7, and I am still hoping for a season 2 of the anime. The anime is gorgeous. I love the main character. Riche is just... she's so capable. She's not a damsel in distress, she's capable, and Arnold lets her be capable. Even though, she's set to marry him, and she's not like a hard-ass, masculine person, but like, she is feminine, but she's still strong and capable, and that is what I love about her. Like, she dresses up, she's a crown princess, and she wants to marry Arnold, and she falls in love with him, and she, has her own ulterior motives. And it doesn't detract from her being, pretty and girly. She's just a girl that's super competent, and I love that for her. She's amazing. She is perfect. She is so good. I love her. And I need her. She is... Riche, I love her. I need her so much. I love her. Like, there's so much going on with her. She's so good. And it's just like, you can totally see her badassery. And also Arnold as the male love interest. He's also a really great character. He is, falls into the stoic type, the archetype of the strong, stoic, perfect, flawless person. But as most of those characters, or those male love interests, they fall into this kind of abusive role, usually. Like, they have power over someone else, and they lord over them, and they don't see them as an equal, and they just do it to amuse themselves, and especially the women, they're, something that need protecting and everything. Arnold isn't like that. He lets Risha be capable. He gives her freedom. He lets her do what she wants, with the only caveat that she needs to be safe. She has to be safe, and he will protect her if something goes wrong, but he also knows she can protect herself. But he worries about her. He would never subject her to something she wouldn't want. Like, Risha made him promise to not touch her. And he obliges. He does not touch her. No matter what, he does not touch her without her permission. And when he does, well, she gets something in return. He breaks his promise. She can give him an order, and she can tell him anything she wants, and he will make it happen for her. And that's just Arnold is such a good character. Oh, I love them. So Time Loop is one of my favorites. Is probably, yeah, it's top tier. It's so top tier for me. I've reread the novels twice, as I've said. And I wish I could get them for Connie, because Connie's not the Kindle reader, as Connie probably herself knows. And I would get the books for her, but currently they're sold out. And it makes me mad. It makes me sad, because I wish I could, and I would... And also, I need to wait for next year until the next novel drops. I need the novel now. I want it so bad. Like, please. I need them. I need Risha and Arnold. I need more of them. Oh. Okay. Enough of that. I can never get enough of that. Okay. The next one is Assassin's Pride, and it's questionable at best. The main girl is like 13 years old, and her love interest, yes, I'm saying love interest, is 17, almost 18. He is supposed to kill her, but he doesn't want to. So he protects her instead. And they fall in love. Overall, the vibes are kind of weird because, I mean, the guy looks like a Kirito knockoff. Which makes me realize I also don't have Sword Art Online on this tier list, but we don't want Sword Art on this tier list, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's very questionable. From what I remember, it's definitely made clear that, you know, that she is still a child, technically. And he's just 17, almost 18, and it's just like, what business do you have with, you know... I mean, killing her, you know, killing the 13-year-old, I can overlook that. That is not questionable in the slightest. I mean, sure it is. But the rest is kind of weird, in my opinion. Yeah, it's kind of stranger danger, but, like, everyone is trying to kill her, and he kind of protects her, and, yeah, he is 17, and she is 13, and it's just... Yeah, no, I have little to no words for this. It's not that I didn't like Haikyuu, or like, it's fine, it didn't grip me like other sports animes did. To me, it was pretty forgettable. The Fire Force I put down there because of the really weird fan service they have with Tamaki. Like, that fan service is enough to make me bump it down. I had it and it's good, but then I realized the fan service definitely did not really work well. Like, I would get it if the fan service wasn't like she is unlucky and her unluckiness makes her clothes fly away when she stumbles. You know, that kind of thing. That's why I bumped it down. The next one is probably also gonna get me some flack, but Black Clover goes in the not for me. I tried. I read the manga up to like chapter 50, then I stopped. I tried the anime. I quit midway through episode 1 because I can't take Asta screaming. Because that is the only thing he does. He screams the whole time. It got on my nerves so much. I couldn't stomach it. I couldn't keep going. I decided, okay, screw the three episode rule. I can't deal with the first episode even. Which is why Asta and Black Clover goes into the not for me tier, because it was just all the screaming. Then we have Freerun. Of course, it's top tier anime. Freerun, the animations are beautiful. The story is amazing. I love the bittersweet feeling of it sometimes. It's fun. It's beautiful. It's Freerun. I can't wait for season 2. I'm very excited for season 2. I think it comes out either winter season. Side characters made it good for you. Made Black Clover. Yeah, I can see why. As I said, I did read a little bit of the manga. I at some point stopped because I just couldn't keep getting into it. But the anime just definitely ruined everything for me due to Asta just, screaming, 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 screaming. And doing nothing but screaming. Frieren comes out in October. Ooh. I'm very excited for that. I love Frieren. The next anime is How I Ended Up at an All Guys Mixer. Of course. Top tier. Okay, I will look Frieren up when it comes out. I did not think it would come out in the fall season. But it also kind of makes sense, I guess. No, actually, since it came out in the winter season this year, it's kind of very close. But yes, How I Ended Up in an All Guys Mixer, absolutely love it. The characters, amazing. The girls are absolutely insane. They're so fun. I love them. The 3 guys, they're also really, really cute. They just take them at face value. I love the way that Hagi is also kind of thinking, that he might be gay because he likes Kohaku, but, he likes her when she's cross-dressed as a man. He likes her when she's a girl, and he's just like, I have never hung out with her when she was dressed as a woman and everything, and it's just like, he's grappling with his sexuality, and his friends are just so supportive and everything, and it's just, I don't know, it's just peak friendship, peak, romance as well. I am reading the manga as well, and I really, 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 really love the manga. Overall, I think my favorite character... I can't really choose a favorite character because I love all 6 of them. The dynamic between Fuji and Asagi is really funny because Asagi is just like this... He has a dog personality. He's just a loyal puppy, basically. And then Fuji is just like, yeah, no, I'm drawing 18 plus doujinshi. The dudes are doing it raw, and she just doesn't really want him to know, and he's just like, yeah, no, okay, I need training first. And it's just, I love them, it's so cute. It's definitely something I can recommend. Definitely watch it if you're into more lighthearted anime, more, it's, there aren't high stakes. It's just character exploration, fun dynamics. It's an anime you can watch at any time, actually. The next one is A Happy Sugar Life, and yes, that is questionable, and questionable at best. I watched it, and afterwards I sat there like, what the fuck did I watch? What the actual fuck did I watch? I wanted to bleach my brain, more or less. Because the pink-haired girl you see there, she is a yandere for a... I dread to say it, for a 5-year-old girl. That's... yeah. I watched it. I watched it until the end, where they, try to kind of. I'm just gonna spoil the end because I do not care about this anime and no one should. They tried to commit double suicide, the 5-year-old girl and her. The pink-haired girl, she is in high school. Like, she's a freshman in high school, first year in high school, which is like, 16 or something, 15, 16. Like, what the hell? Ja, Selbsttötung, ganz genau. But man, I watched it and I was just like, I was disturbed afterwards. I was just like, who could even come up with all of that? I just had to process it for a few moments. And then I decided, okay, I will never look back at it. Well, today I looked back and, yeah, no. I still want to bleach my brain after watching it. There are no words in the English dictionary that would describe how much how questionable this anime really is. I mean, I do have something else that's questionable on this list. It's probably further down. But don't worry about it, we'll get to it. Okay, so the next one is Run with the Wind. It's a sports anime. We love sports anime in this house. It was very good. There's also, it's about, running. Because, haha, Run with the Wind. It's about a track team and how they're motivating each other to run a marathon, more or less, or in a, yeah, I think it's a marathon. And the characters, I think they're all college dudes. Might be college dudes, I think. They're all very supportive of each other. One guy has a bit of issues, as, with sports anime, one character always has to have issues. And I like that. I will be honest, I like that. And it was overall just a pretty good experience for me. I just really liked the dynamics the characters had. And when they got injured or when something happened, then they just held together. I don't know, it's the best way I can describe it without spoiling too much or anything at all. The next one is Cherry Magic. 30 years of virginity gave me magic powers. It's BL. The anime was... it's somewhere between here. Mostly because I like the concept. The characters were also really, really sweet. But at the same time, it just kind of felt rushed. Like, the relationship between them felt a little rushed. So it was kind of, what do I do with it? I just probably put it more towards the mid-tier because it wasn't that memorable either. I'll drink something real quick. So yeah, overall, I think Cherry Magic, it's really nice if you do like this, if you do like the concept of someone being able to read thoughts, since they, have been a virgin for so long, and finding out a coworker likes them, and then grappling with their own sexuality a little bit. But overall, I liked it. I watched the whole anime. It was just... it didn't have the amount of character development that I would have liked. I think that is where I grapple with it. Next one on the list is Fate Stay Night. And this is where I'm trying to figure out where to put it. Because overall, I liked it. But there is one thing. There's one thing in Fate that I hate. And sadly, it's the main character. I absolutely hate Shiro. So I don't really know where to put it. Because everything else, I like Saber, I like Rin, I like Archer. I hate Shiro. He is... I'm going... As I have been ranting already, he is such a stupid piss baby. Like, such a misogynistic stupid piss baby. I have already ranted about it. Also played up last, the time before. But man, I think for that, just for that, Fate Stay Night will go into the mid tier. Just because of Shiro. That is the power Shiro has. He makes everything mid or bad. Okay. That is enough Fate rent. But yeah, I'm gonna continue with Fate Zero soon. When I get the anime itch again. Sorry, I needed to listen for my brother if he was coming to my door. Yeah. No, but if the anime itch strikes again, I will be watching Fate Zero. Just, to keep going with Fate, and then Unlimited Blade Works. But yeah, Shiro is a stupid cunt. That's all I can really say. The next one is Goblin Slayer, and I will be honest, I did not really like Goblin Slayer. I don't mind violence, but some of the stuff was kind of gratuitous. Especially the attacks on the women from the goblins. That was kind of very explicit. Or, well, somewhat explicit. And gotta say, I wasn't really a fan of that. Like, they could have done without, that. There's not much else I can really say. I didn't really like Goblin Slayer. There was also the issue of, I think there was also some weird 3D as well. 3D animations. So it was just overall... Yeah. Jujutsu Kaisen is good. I think that's something everyone universally agrees on. Animations, gorgeous. It's MAPPA, of course. MAPPA does gorgeous animations. We're working their employees as well. But yeah, overall, I do really... And I have enjoyed Jujutsu Kaisen. The manga just kind of ended too abruptly, in my opinion. But overall, Jujutsu Kaisen wasn't bad. So it's going into the high tier, more or less. But not the highest tier. Next one on the list is God Eater. Gotta say, I really like God Eater, and it was technically higher than Jujutsu Kaisen for me. So, God Eater is one of those things that I really enjoyed. It's also based on a game where it's Monster Hunter-esque, actually. So it works in a similar vein as Monster Hunter, where they hunt various creatures and make sure to and turn them into weapons. It's also kind of a post-apocalyptic thing. So, yeah. I mean, Monster Hunter just kind of sums it up. The anime characters of God Eater, they were very compelling. Also, there's lots of trauma involved, lots of, dead people dying, even more people dead. They kind of works for dystopian post-apocalyptic settings. I also like that it kind of, this is probably more of the game aspect. It ties into Code Vein a little. It's one of my favorite Souls-like games. Kind of tidbit. Can't wait for the second Code Vein. But yeah. The next one is Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Also pretty good. I do like the whole two smart people being in love but not wanting to, admit weakness. And then just kind of playing 4D chess with each other. Whereas everything that can go wrong goes wrong because of a third party who really doesn't have much, who really doesn't know much about it, doesn't know much what to do, and things just kind of get ruined and their plans fall into water. But I do like that they actually get together. That made me happy because it could have gone differently. And knowing the author and how messed up Oshinoko was, yeah, I didn't. I watched it before I watched Oshinoko, and since I am already at Oshinoko, we are going to talk about it, and I will make the executive decision. Everyone's gonna hate it, but well, no. Actually, the anime is good. The manga is very mid after a while. After some specific scenes, the manga is just kind of very mid, and the ending is kind of also very bad. Just kind of the character development gets reversed, more or less. The anime is good. I like the animations. The very first episode was a banger. I loved it. It was amazing. I watched it twice. I didn't watch from second season onwards, but that was also because I read the manga and I read everything of the manga, and it just kind of made me salty towards the anime. So there is definitely some personal bias as well. Hence why, the anime is good so far. With the caveat of what I know from the manga is just still only good, but would be bumped down to mid-tier for me, though, if the animations weren't so gorgeous. The next one is Kemono Jihen. I don't remember the English title. It's fine. It was a short anime where there's like a young undead boy. Basically, he works with an agency, a detective agency, to put demons and other worldly creatures either back where they belong or gets rid of them if they're causing too much trouble. And that is the gist of it. And the characters are fine. Kabane is kind of a blank slate, which I think is by design. Since, he's undead, basically he can come back from the most grievous injuries. But there's also not too much memorable stuff on it, if I'm honest. So that's why it goes into mid-tier. The next one is Sabikui Bisco. I liked it. It was very interesting, somewhat grotesque as well. It's about a world that is covered in rust. And the main character, Bisco, and his more or less friend, Milo, they are trying to find the sabikui, that is a mushroom that eats rust. That is basically the whole premise. The characters are lovable. Bisco has some kind of Natsu vibes, but only smarter. And Milo he's a very lovable guy. He's friendly, he's nice, he keeps Bisco in check, and they have such a good dynamic. They should probably be in a category of I can't believe it's not BL. Like, literally. I'm sorry, but it's just, they have such a good chemistry. It's insane. So definitely something I would recommend watching. And, report back to me if you also think they have chemistry, because maybe I'm interpreting too much into it, but I love them. They have good chemistry. I will stand by it. Okay, I'm coming in. The next one is super long title. One moment, I need to quickly find it. Okay, I remembered. Or well, not remembered, I saw it. The Magical Revolution of the Reincarnated Princess and the Genius Young Lady. It's a Yuri anime. Definitely liked it. The characters are very compelling. The romance is also very compelling. The only thing I really got confused by was the quote-unquote isekai aspect with the blonde main girl. I don't remember her name. I can't remember everyone's names. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't remember if that was really touched upon. I don't think it was touched upon in the anime that closely. But I love that she's just like kind of a bit, alchemy, and that is all her shit that she likes, and the magic aspect is from the other girl. I do like him. I probably will rewatch it, and I will see if there's a light novel of it. It sounds like there should be a light novel of it. Usually the ones with the longest names have light novels. So I'm probably gonna be on the lookout for that. Then we have My Hero Academia, and I am very sorry, but it's mid for me. It kind of got to a point. I fully read the manga. So, disclaimer, I read everything. But it kind of got to a point where I just didn't really like the direction it took. I like the hero aspect. It's a fun thing overall. But there's just something about it that just didn't strike my fancy. My favorite character was Bakugo, and I did like the character development that he went through. Like, that is the biggest thing, but Midoriya kind of didn't really get character development, in my opinion. Bakugo got so much character development. I think he got all the character development of every character. But overall, the characters themselves feel stale, aside from Bakugo. That's why he's my favorite. But overall, it kind of, I don't know, they didn't feel as compelling. But that is just, could also be a me issue. It's me. Next one is Chainsaw Man. I really like Chainsaw Man. It goes so much deeper than I thought it did. At first, I was just like, okay, yeah, no, it's just, standard splatter anime. Just, it is what it is. I didn't think I'd get into it as much as I did, but also the animation helped it a lot. The animation made it really, really good. Denji as a character, or like all the characters, I feel are very compelling in their own right. How they act, what they do, and how they work through problems. Or, you know, don't work through problems. Which is also a big thing here. So yeah, Chainsaw Man, it's definitely very good. Definitely worth a watch if you don't mind lots of splatter and trails and, you know, people being murdered. Honestly, the one sequence with Makima was probably my favorite, where she kind of executed those people, those prisoners, and just other people died as well. That was probably my favorite scene of the whole anime. Even though Makima herself is, you know, a bad person. Then we have School Live or Gakokurashi, top tier. Also very good for spooky season, but it's one of my top tier anime. At the end of episode 1, there's such a huge plot twist where you're just like, what the fuck? I watched it. The first time I watched it, I was just like, oh yeah, I like it. And especially during the first episode, cute anime girls living at schools. It's just they have a club, and each day they're going to school and just, well, not they're not going to school, but they're staying in school. It's like a social experiment that they're doing. And everyone's just kind of complimenting them for it, and it's just like so nice, so cute, and yeah, no, it's really great. And then at the end of episode 1, you get a plot twist, and you're just like, oh. Oh no. So yeah, it's definitely worth a watch. I watched it with someone else who also had a very visceral reaction to the plot twist. So yeah, no. If you like plot twists at the end of the first episode and then, you know, continuing on, very good anime. Definitely worth watching. Then we have I'm in Love with the Villainess. Top tier. I love Claire. I just love that, you know, I don't remember brown-haired girl's name. I'm trying to remember. Let me just quickly look it up. I know the blonde girl is Claire. I'm in love with the villains. Ray. Now I remember. I knew it was something with R. Ray. Oh, wait, no, Rayo. Ray is her whole name. Oh, no, it's Ray and Ray with A-E. So yeah, it's still Ray. Ray is very much in love with the villainess of her favorite Otome game, and she is very much in love with Claire. And when she gets reincarnated into the Otome game after dying as an overworked office lady, she sets her goal as basically, you know, falling in love with Claire. And of course, at first, Claire's just like, excuse me, what? No, and I don't swing that way. Too bad, girl. Because she starts to fall in love as well. And it's so cute. I love them. And they have, it's just, there's also one scene where they talk about gender and sexuality and everything. And it's just done in such an impactful and tactful way. It really is a good anime. I haven't yet read the light novel, which I am going to do, so I'm going to add it to my list. Nice. and I will definitely read it as well, since the anime definitely made me like it. Also, the manga I like as well. Yeah. There's a lot of series that I like, as we can see. The most memorable ones for me actually are the ones that I really liked, which kind of makes sense. The next one is Little Witch Academia. Definitely very good. I love the theme of a girl who always wanted to become a witch, and she is talentless with magic. She can't do magic, but she still tries hard and so hard and does her best. I love her. Little Witch Academia is just, it's kind of special. Might just actually put it up there. Yep, no, you're going up there. I loved it. The characters are all really cute. They all have their own niche, and they all care about the main character. And she's just so cute. I think her name is Atsuko, if I remember correctly. But yeah, she is very cute. The art style is also very adorable. So it's definitely a big recommendation. Mob Psycho 100 is an anime I did not think I would like. At first I was turned off by the art style, and then I watched it, and then I loved it, and then I kept watching it. The main character, Mob, he is such a good character overall, mostly in a sense of he is trying to be as normal as possible, but he has such strong extrasensory powers, such strong ESP. It's hard, and he can't let his emotions take over. So, of course, he trains under a quote-unquote spirit detective. And Reagan is just... he's such a con man, but he's so funny, and he's really kind to Mob. That's the thing that I like the most. Whilst he is a con man and he cheats people out of their money, he does appreciate Mob. And Reagan has absolutely no idea about spiritual stuff and everything. It's funny. That's all I can really say. It's so funny. The next one is Made in Abyss. And I will be honest, I put it down in questionable. Mostly because of the art style, I guess, which is not one of my favorites. And secondly of all, some happenings are just, I don't understand what the hell is happening or how they're surviving. It's fine as a concept. I just feel like the choice of characters is a bit questionable, since I think Riko is like 10 and she's going on an adventure that she will never come back from, basically. So it has its good points, definitely, but I just find some stuff questionable. But that is also kind of probably just me. Then we have Akiba Maid War, which I'll probably put it here and it's good, but probably on the lower side as well. Mostly because I didn't understand much of it. It's interesting, as in, you know, the maids being at war and like the different maid cafes, and one of the maids is a soldier and they're also kind of killing each other for one reason or another. I didn't really understand much, and then young girl. Well, young girl. I think she's either barely 18 or still a high schooler. She gets dragged into the maid wars and everything, and it's one of those anime where you're just kind of like, you won't understand much, but it's suspension of disbelief. That is the most important thing. So I will still put it in it's good, but it's definitely an acquired taste sometimes. The next one is My New Boss is Goofy. It's cute. It's just really, really adorable. Also, I don't remember if it's actually BL or if it just has this kind of domestic BL vibe. Because the two main guys, they definitely have chemistry. And I love that the boss is just a really nice guy, a really fun guy. And his, subordinate, more or less. He had to deal with a bad boss before, so he definitely deserves better. And he got better with his goofy boss. So yeah, no, I do enjoy them. I love them. Clear recommendation. I need people to watch more of it because I need to know if I'm validated if it really is BL or not. Let me just Google it. My New Boss is Goofy. Slice of life. Okay, so it's not BL, but it feels like it. So this is a thing of it should be BL. Or I can't believe it's not BL. So yeah, definitely like them. Definitely should watch them. The next one is Solo Leveling. Where do I put Solo Leveling? Animations? Gorgeous. Definitely gorgeous. But I'm gonna put it here. The explanation for putting it so low on the tier list is whilst the animations are gorgeous and the first few arcs are fine, I read the manhwa, and it's a typical case of he is the strongest guy and nothing can beat him. Then there's a huge threat. It's stronger than him. He overcomes it. He's now the strongest. Oh no! There's something else. It's threatening the world. It's going to kill everyone, even him. He cannot beat it. And no, he's of course the strongest. So he will overcome it. Again. And it's basically just trivializing each and every little bit. And it's fine if you like it. I just personally don't really see the appeal in a power fantasy. Because Sun Jinwoo just feels stale as a character. There isn't much behind him in terms of motivation. The only time you got a glimpse of a character behind Sun Jinwoo is when he did everything for the sake of his mother. That was the only time he was compelling as a character for me. And every time after that, there was nothing anymore. So, Solo Leveling goes into the I didn't like it. And yeah, I think that's all I can really say about Solo Leveling. I know people loved it, praised it to the high heavens. It's just something for me where I was just like, too little character development for my taste. But the animation's gorgeous. I just read you had to feed the garbage, and I was just like, since when do you feed garbage? But welcome back. So, the next anime, Skate the Infinity. I have talked about it before. I love it. I love it very much. It's one of my favorite sports animes. Langa and Reki are such good characters. They have such chemistry. They're amazing. They're lovable. I can't believe it's not BL. I say to many sports animes, but I can't believe it's not BL. And I need them. I can't really say much more because, I mean, there is one caveat. One of the characters is weird. The main antagonist, more or less. He's a bit of a weirdo. He's like a rich CEO kind of type. But he does this whole skating because he wants to escape the pressure and everything of his CEO high-style life and his oppressive family and everything. But whenever he turns up as Adam, that's like his whole skater name, he acts super weird because it's just like usually talking about love and finding his Eve, and it's kind of weird because then he sets his eyes on Langa, who is very talented with skating since he did skateboarding, and it's, you know, in the anime it's kind of similar, more or less. And it's kind of weird when he starts talking about his Eve, and, you know, Langa shows up and it's just like, yep, nope. That guy is full grown, Langa is still a high school student, so please back off, sir. So, yeah, it has a bit of a caveat, but overall, I still love it. I can overlook the badness of it because it is gorgeous. I love it. The next is Spy X Family. Yes, it is the big stranger danger. The next is Spy X Family. It's very good, just very confusing. But I am thinking of the manga again. The anime is a clear recommendation. It's lighthearted, family, slapstick, a little bit. And it's spies, assassins, and, you know, secret identity kind of stuff. And it's really cute. I love it. Most people will probably have watched it or seen something of it. So that is... there is not much to say about, you know, Spy X Family. We are getting close to the end of the list. And it's probably good because my internet is starting to act up in between. Good thing, this is only a Yap stream, so internet acting up won't affect too much. But yeah. The next one on the list is Horimiya. It's good. The manga was better. Yeah, it's in between it just starts kind of working against me. It's not as bad as it could be though, thankfully. But yeah, the next anime that I was talking about is Horimiya. I do like it. The characters are all really funny, really cute. I think the concept of, you know, the quote-unquote secret life would have worked better if I think the roles were reversed. If Hori wasn't like actually a housewife type. I mean, it does also make sense for how they did it, but overall, I probably would have found it compelling more if Hori was the more rogue punk person, and Miyamura would have been the housewife person type. But Horimiya overall is great. I enjoyed the characters. I love that Miyamura just kind of played along when his classmates were like, yep, nope, he's on his period. Because he couldn't undress due to tattoos and everything. He has tattoos. And his classmates were like, or his friends were like, yep, nope, he has his period. He cannot participate in PE. And he just said, yeah, it's true. And the teachers just were, and everyone else was like, oh yeah, that's true. The periods are bad. Completely disregarding that Miyamura is a man. So that was really fun. The next one is I may be a guild receptionist, but I will solo every boss. It's really fun. Because she just wants a, quiet life as a guild receptionist. She doesn't want overtime anymore, but all the adventurers going on quests and everything having to be processed correctly. It gives her a lot of overtime. She's also one of the strongest adventurers technically, but she hates it. She doesn't want to do it. And so she's a guild receptionist. And she just, whenever there's a boss that that proves to be too much for the people, she will just go in and, try to solo it. People try to recruit the mysterious executioner. And yet, she's just like, yep, nope, do not care, do not want, and just turns everyone away. It's a really interesting anime. I definitely liked it. At some point, the animation quality has been suffering. And there were a few 3D animations in there as well, which I didn't exactly like. That's why it's only in the good tier. Could have been up there, but it is only here. The next one is an anime original called Zenshu. I think it was airing last season, so in the spring season. And I really liked it. It was about an animator, Natsuko, being basically reincarnated into her favorite favorite movie of all time. And she tries to change the course of the movie. Of the world. And she can do so because she has drawing powers, since she is a genius animator. And she also likes the main character of that movie. Like, he was her first love, more or less. And she only finds out, in her state during the movie, and trying to change everything to spare him from a terrible fate. And it's just really good. I really liked it. It's also made by Studio Mappa. So the animation is very gorgeous. And it's really, really good. I can definitely recommend Senshu. The next is Tsurune. It's about archery. And the main character stopped archery because he felt like he wasn't progressing. And one day there's like a specific sound, from what I remember in the anime, that they explained that when the bow is let go at the perfect moment with perfect strength, perfect tension and everything, and the arrow hits the target, there is a specific sound. That's the tsurune. That is what I remember from it. And he was never really able to achieve that sound. And so he, quit archery. But one day he hears it again and he remembers how much he loves archery. So he went back and joined the archery club and entered competitions. And overall, it's a sports anime. Of course, it's pretty good. We love sports anime in this house. Then we have Delicious in Dungeon. It's definitely no, it's actually only just a very good anime. I liked it a lot. But it's just... it's missing the specific something for me to consider it as a loved one. A loved anime. The characters are all fun and compelling, but again, there is not much character development in there. The characters stay more or less the same throughout the whole show. So the meals look amazing. Could probably eat them. Wouldn't mind it. Yummy. The visuals are stunning. But the characters themselves are just kind of same. If you know what I mean. So that's why it's only in the good tier. And then we have Apothecary Diaries. Definitely loved. I definitely enjoy it. It's amazing. Of course, Connie also knows how amazing it is. She's been watching it and reading the manga as well. And I've read the light novels. And I do really enjoy the way it's written. Of course, the anime is absolutely beautiful. Like, there is probably no anime that's more beautiful. Well, there are a few anime that are just as beautiful. But I just love the vibrancy of the colors and Mao Mao as a character. She's so fun. And I also love her voice acting. Like the Japanese voice acting. I really, really like it. Like, she doesn't have a conventional cutesy voice, but she's like more of a raspy voice in a way, which I really appreciate for the girlies that don't have the cutesy voice. So yeah, Apothecary Diaries, 100% recommend. Yes, we love deep woman voices. Then I have Hunter x Hunter. It was not for me. I tried 3 times. I got to around, I think episode 25, and then I just stopped because it didn't really grip me in a way. I just couldn't really get into it. That's why it's not for me. I respect everyone who likes it, even though some things are weird, like Hisoka is a very questionable character, to be fair. But otherwise, yeah, no, it's not for me. Then we have Jellyfish Can't Swim in the Night. It's a very good anime. It's about, the struggle of girls. One was in an idol band. One was an idol, basically, and she just kind of had a falling out with bandmates, troubled home life, and struggle of artistry, basically. And it's just also a very compelling friendship story. because the girls, they're all very talented. The one of the main girls, she loves art, and then she used to only do art just because she liked to do it. She didn't really care about the fundamentals or the right techniques and everything. She just did what she liked. And the other girl is so she loves singing. She used to be in an idol group but got kicked out due to violence and everything. And she basically, they form a group themselves with a third girl who is good at, the piano or, music production. And it's also a struggle of getting compared on the internet, like when they post something as Jelly, that is like the identity they take on together, singer Jelly. The artwork gets scrutinized, and the girl just really wants to get better at art then. But it's also a struggle because she is comparing herself to everyone else all the time, and when they get fan art in, she compares her own art to fan art, and she does her best to get better at drawing, and it just also takes a toll on her. So there's a lot of struggles in there that are relatable for those in creative spaces, which is why it's an anime I really, really like. Next up is Demon Slayer. So where do I put Demon Slayer? Because I will be honest, to me, it's probably only in one of these tiers. Mostly due to the fact that it's long-winded. I'm probably still gonna put it in It's Good because the animations are gorgeous, the characters do get somewhat of a... they don't really get development, to be fair, actually. No, most of them either get killed off soon enough. I kind of have a love-hate relationship with it. I watched a lot of it, but at some point I just stopped because it wasn't for me anymore. Then we have Bakemonogatari. I watched the first season. Questionable. I don't think there is much else to say about Bakemonogatari. It's questionable. There's so many things in there where it's just like, yep, nope, authors barely disguised fetishes. And as such, goes into the questionable tier. Secrets of the Silent Witch. I need to differentiate between the anime and the light novel. Honestly, I need to differentiate between the light novel for a few things. So I'm just gonna put in a new tier. Anime versus light novel debate. And this is just gonna be a dark pink. Nice. And this is where Secrets of the Silent Witch goes. There was also another one, I'm pretty sure, that I do not remember where I put it. Where was it? I think it was somewhere in here. Whatever. If I don't remember, it wasn't that needed. Classroom of the Elite, I can't judge because I haven't read the light novel myself. So I can't really accurately judge. I mean, okay, no, actually, I can put it in the anime versus light novel debate. You're right. You're so smart sometimes. Well, like me, I'm also not always smart. There was another one, I think, but it was up here somewhere. In the anime versus light novel debate. I don't remember it. I don't remember which one it was. Whatever. Those are the two most important anyways, where it's the anime versus light novel debate. Hi Ivy, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. How's vacation? Okay, so I was just talking about Secrets of the Silent Witch. And I will say, the animations of the anime are gorgeous, but they leave out so many key details. It made me dislike the anime, actually. That's why it's in the anime versus light novel debate, because the light novel is infinitely better. Because Monica's trauma isn't really getting downplayed there. Oh damn, flights at 5 a.m. Oh my god, those are the worst. Getting up early. I'm not an early person. But welcome home, Ivy. Overall, Monica as a character is insanely good. I really like her. She's like a genius witch. And the problem is she has heavy social anxiety. In the anime, it's used very heavily for comic relief, which, of course, in the light novel is also used somewhat for comical relief. But they do also touch on more serious topics like abuse and, you know, fear. That debilitating fear. I have never seen Wotakoi. Hello, Ferungus. Okay. But yeah, Secrets of the Silent Witch light novels is a definite recommendation for reading. The anime is nice to look at, but overall, I can't get myself to like it that much because of them leaving out some heavier topics, some needed topics. Okay. Well, actually, I'm gonna call it anime versus written medium. Written medium, because there is another one coming in there, and it's Tazukare Otome X Amnesia, which is in English, it's the Dusk Maiden of Amnesia. The anime was lackluster. The manga was impeccable. I loved the manga. It was creepy. It had scary vibes. It's definitely something you should rather read than watch, because the anime fumbled the bag so hard. So definitely a much more pleasant manga experience, in my opinion. I might look into what Vodakoi is. Let me see. Officer Otaku. Lady. Oh. Okay, so it does look interesting already from the plot hypnosis. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. I'm gonna. I've written it down for myself. Next on the list is Shadow's House. I liked the first season. The second season just kind of didn't grip me in the same way. Second season kind of lost a lot of the horror feeling or like the creepy vibes. So I'm just gonna put it into the third tier because I kind of gave up on it. It was an interesting concept. It was about there is a big villa, big house, more or less, where people who are basically shadows live, and they emit soot, and they have their counterparts that basically look like them but are humans. They're called living dolls. But they're, humans with their own wants and everything. But they're basically their counterparts, so they have to act the same and everything. And it's a really compelling concept. It's just, at some point, it just lost its spark. Then we have Tokyo Magnitude 8.0. Definitely recommend. It's heart-wrenching and absolutely insane. It starts already from the first episode, and it's 12 episodes long, and it's definitely worth it. You're going on a roller coaster ride for this one. So 100% recommended. I can't really say too much aside from the premise is there is a strong earthquake of a magnitude of 8.0 on the Richter scale, and it destroys a lot of Japan, and there is and a group of survivors. Well, mostly there's the main characters are two children. And they have to navigate to get back to their parents and everything. And even, not knowing if their parents survived. And they kind of have to flee and work through everything themselves when everything around them shatters and buildings crumble from how heavy the earthquake was. And, people dying around them and the ensuing crisis afterwards. Like, it's insanely well done. Definitely something one can enjoy and also fully get into. The next one on the list is Uma Musume Pretty Derby, the anime. Highly recommend. I love horse girls. And I love them all. The first season is about Silent Suzuka and Special Week. The second season is about Meijiro McQueen and Tokai Teo. Then the third season is about Kita-san Black and Satono Diamond. And then there's also the movie, which is about Agnes Tachyon and one horse is something with Jungle. I don't remember her name fully. And then there's also Uma Musume, Cinderella Grey. And that one's about Okuricap. I like my horse girls. I am currently in the process of finishing season 3 with Kita-san Black and Satono Diamond. Really like it. The animations are gorgeous as, you know, side games. They're capable. They're absolutely capable. They're in-house studio. Gorgeous animations, as already seen with Princess Connect. The next is ReZero. Not for me. I liked the beginning. I didn't like how just the death became meaningless. Like, he could just do it all over again if he just died. And that's just something where I'm just like, that feels like more of a cop-out. I mean, sure, the trauma that the main character, Subaru, experiences is very real. But at the same time, it just kind of gets trivialized, pushed aside. And it feels like a cop-out most of the time. He can just go back in time and, you know, start over. At some point, the violence was just gratuitous. I mean, there are some consequences because no two things can ever be the same. It's also, I don't think, determined how far back he can go. But at the same time, it's just, I don't know. It doesn't really feel compelling enough for me. The suffering is just not worth it. Then we have The Rising of the Shield Hero. I did not like it. I finished season 1. I started season 2. And then I decided, yep, nope, I'm out of here. First of all, the main character, Naofumi, is just kind of... I don't like him. I will be honest, I don't like anything about him. He's a guy with no redeeming qualities. He has rage powers, or he gets rage powers for unknown reasons. Because he is the shield hero, he gets shunned, and there was this whole arc about the princess of this world. Like, it's an isekai. And the princess of this world, she says he assaulted her. Oh, don't worry about it, you two. No, but, like, I really didn't like anything about him because... he has no real qualities. It's just, the only thing that's carrying him is the power fantasy that he goes through. Yep, shield hero. That's... yeah, no, the only thing he has got going for him is the shield power, and the shield power is also powered, gets rage powers as well. It just doesn't really feel like, you know, the shield hero is that weak, like they all claim him to be. And it's just also the weirdest thing about season 1 overall was when the princess, Melty, she just decided, yep, nope, I'm gonna ruin this man's life for whatever reason, and just said that he assaulted her. And people just believed her with no evidence. They just decided, yep, nope, she is speaking the truth because she's the princess, and, okay. That was all. And I was just like, no one questions that? I mean, they just wanted to get rid of him because he's the shield hero, because, I don't know, they just don't like the shield hero for some reason. Which also didn't make sense, because why have 4 heroes when one of them is always, the butt of the joke? The worst part was all the other 3 heroes, they just blindly believed the princess that they've met a day ago or something. That's it. They believed her. Which, don't get me wrong, the problem for me was just they believed her without any evidence. Yeah, so it's basically racism. But yeah, it was just... Shield Hero was definitely not... is definitely something I did not like. And overall, the worst part for me was the shield powers. They stopped being shield powers to me when the rage powers came in. It would have been more compelling if he really was only able to use a shield and, be defensive. But with the rage powers and everything, suddenly he can be an offensive shield wielder. Which... Just no. So yeah, that is my opinion on Shield Hero. Again, my opinion. It's just a power fantasy at that point, and it's just not compelling. Also, because the next thing is, why did he take a slave? Like Raftalia, why did he make her a slave? Like, that was also very questionable, and no one really, cared. And I'm just like, huh? Because Raftalia herself apparently was very fine with being a slave. And I was just like, questionable. So yeah, it's Shield Hero. I don't know what people like about it. Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, kind of being a despicable person, so there really was nothing good about him. But yeah, I think that's enough about Shield Hero. I don't really want to drag it through the mud the whole time, but, it's just something. The next thing on my list is Sugar Apple Fairy Tale, which is good. I really like it. I did not rank it because I didn't really watch it, and when I watched it, I would have probably put it in one of those 2 tiers because I couldn't really get into it. But it would be in one of those 2 tiers, sadly. So, Sugar Apple Fairy Tale is an anime that I watched because, it looked cute. It was cute. And the main character, she wants to become a sugar artisan. Go get your food. She's a sugar artisan, and she likes working with fairies, and fairies are kind of enslaved in that world. And she doesn't like it. She wants to see fairies as her friends, or she wants to get along with them as friends, and not with them as, slaves, basically. And she needs to travel somewhere. And so she needs, the protection of an obsidian fairy. Of a warrior fairy. And she finds the warrior fairy Shal at a slave auction, basically, and the slaver was like, he wasn't even really able to tame that fairy and whatever, and she was just like, yeah, no, I don't really care. And then she didn't really act like like his boss. She even gave him back his wing and told him that, if he helps her, she can just, he can leave afterwards. And he was kind of moved by her kindness, so he didn't leave. And they actually somewhat got together, I think. Or at least they have feelings for each other. If it's feelings of admiration and deep friendship, that is also a possibility, but I think it goes deeper than that. They care about each other very deeply. It's a really nice story. I like it. I haven't read the light novels yet, but I plan on doing that, which is why I'm gonna write them down. The next anime is "'Tis Torture Time, Princess." It was really fun. Basically, they tortured the princess by, making super yummy looking food in front of her and not letting her eat. The big bad demons, she could have freed herself the whole time. Like, she's a warrior princess. They really wanted her to win against the demons, and she got captured, and the demons decided to torture her, more or less, by making insanely good food in front of her to get her to spill secrets. And she's easily swayed by food. But they don't treat her badly at all. Like, she can get free whenever she wants, but she chooses to stay in the cell, and just whenever they have food for her, she just pretends no, I can't do this. And then, for example, they break some freshly baked bread, and it's crunchy and fluffy on the inside, and she's just looking at it, she's just I want that bread. And they're just well, if you tell us some of your secrets. And they hand it, and they wave it in front of her nose, and she's just oh no, I can't do this. And then suddenly she starts blabbing about something very insignificant, though. It's lighthearted, it's fun, it's really nice. The next anime is Buddy Daddies. This was an anime that tried to capitalize on the Spy X Family formula, and failed, in my opinion. The characters weren't likable enough. I mean, the two dudes, they had some kind of chemistry. They were both assassins, more or less, or hitmen, whatever. And the girl, I don't even remember why they took in a girl, to be fair. So it wasn't really memorable. It wasn't really for me. Then we have My Dress Up Darling, which is a love it anime. Marin is so cute. She's so adorable. And Gojo treats her with respect, and it's a little bit of a look into cosplay and what goes into cosplay. And, a little bit also of culture with the Hina dolls and everything. It's really, really cute and really fun, and the characters have such good chemistry, and Gojo is so talented, and Marin is so cute. Definitely something I can recommend you watch if you want something, a little bit lighthearted, a little bit of, school vibes. It's really good. The Devil is a Part-Timer I'm only specifically talking about the first season, because that is the only good season. The second season was not very memorable, sadly, and took 10 years until it came out. The first season, amazing. I just love the concept of the Demon King coming into mundane Japan and just being at McDonald's. Part-timer at McDonald's. Serving food, seeing this as a quote-unquote war. And when the hero comes for him to try and kill him, he's just yep, nope, I do enjoy this world a lot. I like being a part-timer. I like being in the food service industry. Just lighthearted, good fun. Then we have Licorice Recoil. Definitely a good anime. Definitely love it. The two main girls, they have such good chemistry. It really is amazing. And yeah, it's fiction because he enjoys the food service industry. But yeah, Licorice Recoil, it's about two girls. They are basically high schoolers, more or less. But they already undertook special training to be assassins, more or less. Secret agents, spies. That's the kind of thing, because no one would suspect a schoolgirl of being an agent or something. And there are the two main girls. I think Chisato is one of them, and Takina. They're extremely talented. Takina is a very, very talented marksman, and Chisato is just an all-around insanely good, fighter. It's one of those animes I didn't think I would get into so much, mostly because the premise was just kind of outlandish, but really good. So I can definitely recommend it. Next up, we have Darling in the Franxx. Nope, definitely not for me. I watched like 12 episodes of it, and then I lost interest. It's not that mecha anime are bad for me. I think I don't remember which mecha anime I saw, but there was one I really, 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 really enjoyed. But I don't remember it. But Darling in the Franxx was definitely not it. Now, the next entry is straight to questionable. Hey, Strop. I'm so sorry you're getting into it at this point, because the next entry is Redo of Healer. I watched it because I was curious what the fuss was all about. And I understand. It's just... I don't even know how to describe it aside from revenge. Revenge borderline hentai, I guess. I think that describes it best. Like, this is something, yeah, no, you definitely don't want to watch it. There's so much heavy shit in there, but also, healing magic can't do all that. But yeah, I remember some scenes where I'm just like, yeah, just, That's why it's going into questionable tier. It's probably the highest questionable tier, to be fair. Then we have, I think it's called, To Your Eternity. I started watching it when it came out. I watched like 16 episodes. I couldn't fully get into it. The concept was interesting. A shape-shifting creature, basically. Learning what it is to be human-ish. But it just kind of fell flat on me. Which is why I put it in. I didn't like it. The next one is Hell's Paradise. I'm gonna be controversial and say it's going in this tier. Because whilst the visuals and everything was interesting, the story is kind of hard to follow. And it's more strange and fantastical and outlandish than really compelling, I guess. But again, that is only my opinion. Overall, Hell's Paradise is definitely suffering from not having a second season, or the first season having left off where it did. So, yeah. Just it's, for me, it's in the mid tier. The next one is The Executioner and Her Way of Life. I haven't seen the... I have seen the anime. I haven't yet read the light novel, but I've heard. Again, this is all what I heard. The light novel is better. I did like the anime. Also, opening made by Mealy, one of my favorite artists for, you know, I got to know them through Project Moon stuff. So through Labyrinth of Ruina, where they sang the lead melody for Love Town, one of my favorite aspects of the game. And damn, the music just slaps. I love Mealy music. It's so fantastical. It's so... yeah, it just has its own certain kind of flair. And The Executioner and Her Way of Life is very fun. Also kind of brutal, because technically the main girl that you can see here, she is supposed to kill the other girl, and the other girl is in love with her and has special powers of time, if I remember correctly. And it's kind of insane. Things are somewhat complicated. People try to kill her or get her powers for themselves, and she's just like the only one she wants, to kill her is the main priestess girl, which is her. And now we're going onto the last entry. I will drink something for a moment. Okay, last entry is Vivi Fluorite's Eye. It's an anime that is, it has a bit of a time travel shenanigan. Well, I don't know if time travel is the correct one, but Vivi is a robot, an android, made for an amusement park, more or less, where she is supposed to sing. And she, was kind of, she wasn't faulty, but like people didn't really like her singing that much. And then some stuff happened. And she is, she's going on a few adventures. She's, her singing is touching people's hearts and everything. There's some time travel shenanigans going on. I remember that. But overall, it was also very kind of heartbreaking. Like the passing of time and memories and that kind of thing. It's really good. I think I'm gonna put it into the top tier. So, yeah. This is my list. Might just look over it again. But I think this is good enough. 100 animes ranked. I'm so proud of myself. I managed to yap for like over 3 hours. Close to 4 hours. But yeah, I made a few recommendations. Just, this is not all animes that I know. Just disclaimer. I know more. I just didn't think any more would be, necessary. But yes, up here is my recommendation tier, my big recommendation tier, the one where I'm like, okay, this is something you should watch. Which, of course, is Windbreaker, 86, Assassination Classroom, Yuri on Ice, Fruits Basket, then Ikebukuro Westgate Park, K, Princess Connect, then Makia, When the Promised Flower Blooms, Tales of the Abyss, Seventh Time Loop, Freerun, How I Ended Up at an All Guys Mixer, then Gakugurashi, or also known as School Live, then it's I'm in Love with the Villainess, Little Witch Academia, Mob Psycho 100, My New Boss is Goofy, Skate the Infinity, Spike's Family, Senshu, Apothecary Diaries, Tokyo Magnitude 8.0, Uma Musume Pretty Derby and all its seasons, My Dress Up Darling, Licorice Recoil, and Vivi Fluoride's Eyes. That is my big recommendation list. And now, I will probably end stream. This took way longer than I actually expected, to be fair. And also my voice is kind of starting to crack. I'm not used to talking this much, or like talking almost 4 hours nonstop. What? What is it, Connie? You have something to say, huh? Look, I didn't expect for it to be, you know, close to 4 hours. You know I don't like tea. I'm just gonna drink some water. I'm just gonna drink lots of water. Maybe gonna drink some milk, because, you know, I love milk. Milk is best. And then I will, you know, probably head off. Then I will probably drink a hot chocolate. And then I will head off. On Friday there probably won't be a stream because I'm having an IRL parallel play session with my besties. AKA we're just gonna hang out. And have a good time. So Friday might not be a stream, but I will keep people informed via Twitter. Yes, because you are always bothering me, apparently. No, because you are amazing. And I like hanging out with you. And also, I have too many doctor's visits in a short span of time, so I might need a bit to decompress on Friday, so there won't be a stream. But I want to thank everyone who checked in, who chimed in, who watched. And if you have any questions about any animes, if I've watched it or if I wanted it, the next time I stream, you can just ask me. I don't mind, and I will do my best to answer the question. If I know it or if I don't know it. But overall, thank you all for joining. It was very fun, and I hope you have a great day, night, evening, afternoon, whatever time zone it is. Let's meet again in the waking world. Bye-bye.